Conor, I think everyone was expecting you to come back, but I don't know if they were expecting you to come back as a coach of the Ultimate Fighter first. So I'm curious, why did you do it this way? What was the motivation behind doing this again?
To be fully immersed, to be immersed in the game, in the business, in the company, and to be around these young, hungry fighters that are coming up. You know what I mean? Put myself right in the mix and get back on the horse. So that was my motivation and my reasoning for doing it. You know, also to give back to the game. You know, give my wisdom and my knowledge to the next generation, and then, you know, feed off that energy also.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because the first time you coached the Ultimate Fighter, I remember that you kind of not necessarily convinced by it because you just had a media world tour, crazy fight and everything.
Yeah.
But this time, I sensed like an elder statesman kind of, like you just said, I'm here to show these kids how to do it and stuff. How do you feel you've grown between that first season and this one?
It's very different. I had come off a heavy training camp, a heavy bout itself. And you know, I had a big gash in the eye coming in with the belt, and so I didn't really train with the lads. And although I gave them what I gave them, and we won the show. It was a great showing. And you know, this one's a lot different. I'm also incorporating my own training now, starting to get into it also. So. And it was great to get on the mats, and a good day today.
Yeah, you mentioned, you know, motivation.
The lads have that energy and that anxiety in them, and it's out of them now. They're settled. They'll be able to go home and settle and rest, and know that they've had that feeling, and you know. And then tomorrow it's on again. Yeah, that's what I said. They've got to carry themselves like it's on every day, because it is on every day. Yeah. You know, that's it.
Well, I think I overheard you say it's time to fly. You know, these guys, and I think, you know, you mentioned the anxiety. Sure, they're on a camera. There's cameras everywhere, but they're also with you, and they want to impress you and stuff. You mentioned about motivation and how being around these guys motivates you. I know you're always motivated, but it's always a question. But for you, having worked with these guys now, you're seeing these young, hungry kids. Is it just like, fuck, I remember being that way. I want to get, you know, want to immerse myself in it. Is it fun?
I always took motivation from hard workers, people chasing their dream. You know, people that defy doubt, that do not listen to outside noise, that are committed solely to their purpose. You know, what more better example than a reality show like this, The Ultimate Fighter, where they come in and fight for their life, you know. So I'm feeding off this energy very well, and you know, I've work to do, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I will continue to do so.
Competitively, you just mentioned you won the last time. How important is it? You know, you don't want to just show these guys, hey, this is how you build yourself. You want to show these guys how to win, right?
For sure.
How important is it for you to win this season?
You know, so be it. Amen. God will decide what way it goes down. You know what I mean? The lads, you put them in, you give them a healthy, safe training environment, competitive. You know, not overdoing it, not underdoing it. You know, give them some motivation and some encouragement, and then all you can do is let off they go. You know, so let them fly. That's it. So that's a good one.
Michael Chandler, I'm sure there could have been a lot of guys that it was. What's your thoughts on him? He's wanted this fight for ages, right? And he's tried multiple ways to get it. What's your thoughts about competing against him as a coach, first of all, and then as a fighter? I
like Michael. I had a good little buzz with him yesterday. I've no issues with him at all. I think he's a good fighter. And you know, coaching against him, I'm interested to see his coaching style. He's more of an athlete type of a guy than a technical martial artist. You know, I know he's got some skills in the wrestling department, and he's got some skills overall. But as far as like the small, finer details, I just don't think. I'm not sure. I'm interested to see. You know, I'm happy where I'm at. And, you know, it'll be an interesting one to go against him before I go against him.
Yeah, people are suggesting he's a little bit like a Chad Mendes style. Would you agree with that, or do you think he's got different problems?
No, yeah, similar for sure. Similar, yeah.
The last time you fought Chad Mendes, it went well.
That's right. Second round KO.
Do you reckon that could be the similar one this time?
I think I'm just going to slice through him. I think I'm a little too slicey for him than anyone else he's fought. A little too snappy and whippy, and I think I'll slice through him.
170 or 155?
185. That's what I said to him yesterday. I said, you know what weight we're doing? Are you all right with 185? Just having a buzz with him. He's a nice guy.
Come on up. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you so much.